What's going on, guys? We've got a quick video for you today. We just harvested this beautiful squirrel. It's a little one, but I'm going to show you guys how to skin it real quick. This is not to save the hide. If you guys want a video on how to skin it for the hide as well, let me know, but this will just be for the meat. So what we're first going to do is just take our knife here. Make sure you got a sharp knife, and right in the back, you're just going to kind of pinch the skin, not the fur, and just cut into the skin a little bit. So as you can see, there's now just a hole in the skin and nothing else. We're gonna stick our fingers in here and just rip all the skin back and off. There's a pretty good headshot on this one, so some blood might come out of there. You're basically gonna start ripping it all around. Be careful, you don't wanna pinch the guts if you can keep from it, because that'll stink. So once you get this fully around the squirrel, I'm gonna just come up under it with my knife, because we want to keep as much hair off the meat as we can, because squirrel hair sticks. So I'm gonna come under it and just cut that off. I'm gonna stand on the back legs and just pull this. Stand on the better. It might be easier for me to stand above them. Stand on these hind legs, just on the feet, because you don't want to damage the meat, but just stand on the feet and just yank the skin right up off him, like you're taking off a sock, kind of. Look how fatless he is. Okay, then once you get to the front arms, you want to just go until you can stick your finger between there, and you can just rip that right off. Both sides, stick your finger through, rip it right off. We can just cut the head off there with that on it. Then here we're gonna flip around. I'm gonna stand on these feet and just do the same thing, but on the back. And we're not gonna save the tail, obviously. So once I get this through here, I'm just gonna pull that right off there. And wow, look. That came off real nice and easy. This squirrel wasn't killed very long ago, so it's still super fresh. And all this fat and whatnot, you could just peel off if you don't want. That's just fat. You can just peel it off if you don't want it, which I don't really need it. Yeah, so like I said, leave the tail in. Just peel it right off. Tail doesn't really matter. We've got him skinned off. This is a really little skinny squirrel, like I said. So to quarter him, we're just gonna kind of come in here at the bend, and you can see where the muscles go, and we're just going to basically follow those muscle contours. Is that the right word? And then there'll be a hip joint, and you're going to want to pop it out. You'll feel it come out, and then you'll see it. Yeah, it's up in here. Yeah, so right here you can kind of see this gap, this hole, and you're just gonna feed your knife in there to cut the little what's it called, ligaments and whatnot, holding it in there. And then once you're through that joint like that, you can just come off with it. There's a hind quarter. I'm gonna do it on both sides. It's a little bit tougher to pop this one out once you've gotten that, because there's nothing to grab on, but you just got to grab onto kind of the base of the stomach. And then there's that gap, as you guys can see, that socket. It's just a ball joint. And just like that. I don't want that fat on there, so I'm going to just cut that off. There's our two hind quarters. Front quarters are going to be similar. You're going to basically start kind of in here. I like to just cut that kind of chest. You took a little bit of the shot there. But, so then we're basically going to come up behind the shoulder. You'll feel the shoulder blades right here. You're going to come up behind this shoulder and up basically to, there's like, I think it's the collarbone that basically attaches it right here. And then I just like to, use this, just go right through it, if that makes sense. We'll clean that up later, because that might have been some stuff we don't want on our meat. So there's one front quarter. we'll do the same. Just come back here under the armpit, behind the shoulder, and just keep going up to the front, kind of at the base of the neck, and just go through, and you'll hit that kind of shoulder blade. And you honestly don't really have to cut it. You just kind of push and break it, and then you can cut the meat through it. So there's 2 front quarters, 2 hind quarters. Then this, if you want, on this squirrel is tiny, so there's literally no meat on the back straps or, you know, the ribs. This was a very young squirrel. So if you want that, you can either just gut it. To gut it, you go up here where the back quarters were and just slit this from basically the bottom to the sternum, and then you'll literally peel the guts out just like you're gutting a fish. And then you can throw that whole thing, cut it in 2, throw that on the grill or however you're gonna cook it. But I'm gonna just leave that. Otherwise, you cut off the head, cut off the tail, keep that. All right, guys, and then once you have your quarters, you can either keep the feet on, which I'll probably do for most of them, or to cut them off at the wrist, you kind of come at the top of the wrist, and then just find where it bends, just make a little incision, and kind of bend it fully over, and then you should be able to come down and just go right through the gap in the joint, get rid of those. So we'll do that for all 4. The hind quarters, you can come up to this joint to do it because there's no meat down here in the whole foot. So this joint, come on the front side again, like the top. You'll feel with your thumbnail, there's a little gap right there. Is it a bee? You can feel where the joint is right there, and we're just gonna go straight in there with our knife, make a little incision, pop that joint out, and then just go through. You're not cutting bone with this, you're just going through the tendons and whatnot now. There's just a big tendon right there. And just you can kind of see it to work around it and just get straight to the, like that. You can just go straight down here to where there's nothing hard, and it'll just go through just like that. So there's front quarter footless, hind quarter footless. Alrighty, y'all, so that is all there is to it. Really quick and easy. 4 quarters, good meat. I think we're gonna make this into some squirrel gravy or either fried up. So throw that in a plastic bag, either freeze it, or if we're gonna cook it soon, throw it in the grease. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope this helped you out. Comment any questions down below. I'll get back to all of them, and stay tuned for next week's video.